Hello, beautiful souls. If you're unfamiliar with my readings, my name is Jessica and I'm an intuitive reader and energy healer. I just started my YouTube channel and I'm hoping to connect with more amazing souls out there. I'll be posting videos as often as I can. If you are interested in a personal session or want to know more about me and my group, please visit my website, www.divineimpress1122.org. And in light of the new year, I am offering yearly card predictions. These are a minimum of 30 minutes and 12 cards, but may go longer if needed. I offer many types of readings for free in my private Facebook group, so come check us out. We have some amazing readers in there that are happy to help you on your path to healing. If you're struggling with anxiety and depression right now, please know that you are not alone. You are a divine soul put on this earth for a purpose. And if you are hearing this right now, it is because you were guided to me for a reason. I'm here to tell you to keep fighting. Please keep fighting. Trust that there are people that love you. Know that you are worthy. Know you are enough. In loving memory of those we have lost by suicide, rest in paradise, fly high. Jeff, Cole, David, Micah, and Emilio, also known as Mo. You are all so loved and are missed dearly. On the left, we have pile number 1, Lapis Lazuli. Pile number 2 is the Amazonite. I am using the Psychic Tarot by John Holland, Notes from the Universe by Mike Dooley, and Whispers of Love by Angela Hartfield. If you chose the Lapis Lazuli, these are your 4 cards for January 2021. For week 1, you have number 20, Truth. This is a major arcana card. For week 2, you have number 18, the Shadow card. This is also a major arcana card. Week 3, you have number 5, Financial and Material Changes. And for week 4, you have number 1, Prosperity Begins. You chose Lapis Lazuli. This stone wants to work with you. It represents the throat and the third eye chakras. It is all about self-expression, wisdom, but most of all, truth. I drew you 2 bonus oracle cards for the overall energies for January 2021. The first message is Karma is on your side. The other message is number 24, Focus on love. Look for the good attributes in each and every person in your life. Your first card for week 1 is Truth. This is number 20, and it is a major arcana card. I feel this card is about divine truth, learning your purpose, and the truth in regards to your path in this lifetime. The truth about things that you are going through or have gone through that have shaped your life in some way or another. In this reading, this card is also speaking to me about balance, finding a divine balance within your human self and your higher self. With this truth card being a major arcana card, it speaks of life-changing divine energy. This is the energy of the things that we have no control over, the divine path, your soul contract. All of this energy is happening here in the first week, and it may be happening behind the scenes. You may not actually see it on a physical scale, but it is happening, and you will start to notice these things. I feel more around the new moon, possibly towards the next full moon, like in between those 2 moon cycles. I feel you will start to notice your divine truth coming to light. I keep looking at the satchel in this photo. I feel that it speaks of opening up and learning your divine truth. I feel it speaks of your life purpose, your spiritual journey, and opening up that satchel of all that divine energy that has been locked in your subconscious. I feel this card is speaking about finding the truth regarding what you desire in this lifetime and shedding old ways, old thought patterns, old beliefs, whatever doesn't serve you and is no longer here for your highest good. And that includes stepping into your truth, your authenticity, owning who you are, and being proud of it. I am also getting a lot of root chakra energy, and I feel like your root chakra is in need of healing and balancing more specifically than any of your other chakras. I'm getting a lot of red energy from this card, and I'm also getting some third eye and crown chakra energy. One of the messages that I'm getting here is that your third eye and your crown may be a little more open than your lower chakras. And when this happens, this can create a significant imbalance. I feel that in this last year, more specifically, you have been through a lot of shit. And I'm not just speaking about this virus, I'm talking about other shit like major life changing. You may have had to change jobs. You may have, started a new relationship, ended a relationship. Um, may have gotten married, may have had a baby. I mean, major life changing things that you've had to adapt to, and you've had to work really hard at overcoming all these obstacles, all these challenges that you've been faced with this last year. I feel here in the first week of January 2021, um, whatever you are doing is very much divinely guided, and things that are happening in your physical world as well as behind the scenes in the spiritual world, it all speaks highly of balance and truth. So I feel that those are your keywords for week 1. For week 2, you have number 18, the Shadow card. This is a major arcana card as well. When I flipped this card over, I was like, damn, there is some major energy going on, like major shit. Um, you have been shifting big time. You are learning to speak your truth and seek out that which doesn't serve your highest good. You are setting boundaries with those that bring you down and make you feel like shit. And this has been hard, but at the same time, I feel that it's been very empowering for you. I feel that in the second week of January, there are going to be some shadow work that's coming to light and it is going to trigger you. But please understand that these things are coming for your highest good. This is to help teach you and allow you to evolve as a human being and as a soul. Think of those things, these people, whatever it is that is triggering you. Think of this as a mirror, okay? What does this situation reflect back to you that you see within yourself, especially if it's a person? What does this person reflect back to you? What do you see within them that triggers you that you need to actually work on for yourself? When you think of everyone that you encounter as a mirror, you can look at the reflection they're projecting back to you, and that will help you determine what it is that you need to do for your shadow work. And shadow work is, it is our darkest, deepest, basically our darkness. Um, the negative parts of ourself, the dark parts of ourself. These are often inner child wounds, wounds from your childhood that you still carry with you to this day. Even if you don't dwell on these situations, they are deep-seated issues, and there's triggers within other people that reflects that back to you. And Spirit is saying, this is what you need to heal on. This is what you need to focus on. Okay. So be mindful of that especially when you're interacting with people that seem to trigger, those deep seated emotions within you, seem to anger you. They get under your skin, those types of people. What do they reflect back to you? That is the question. If you need more help determining what it is that you need to work on in regards to your shadow work or your inner child healing, I do have private sessions available for both of these things. So be sure to check out my webpage if you're interested in scheduling a private session with me. We can dig deep and figure out exactly what those triggers are that are buried deep within you. But overall, this card is speaking of energy that is deep within you, that is in need of balance and healing so that you are not so easily triggered. I feel there are people in your circle around you that really get to you at times. And you may have a hard time keeping your cool and holding your tongue because they just they bring that out in you. There is an inability to pick your battles and not take the bait when someone sets a trap. I feel like you take the bait. Someone sets a trap and you can't help yourself. You take that bait and they hook you, I mean, like a fish. Sorry, that's the Alaskan in me coming out. But for real, look deep within you. Really, really look deep within you and ask yourself, what is it that triggers me? How can I work on this? What can I do not to allow others to trigger me? There's one meditation that has really helped me. It's called the Archangel Michael Gold Mesh Shield of Protection. To use this meditation, you imagine your aura surrounded by a gold mesh shield. Gold is protective energy and it protects your space. The whole mesh idea allows for positive and negative energy to have a consistent flow, positive and negative out, because a lot of meditations often protect and they keep the energy in or keep it out, but most of them do not allow for the negative and the positive to have a continuous natural flow. See, no matter how high you are vibing, you are going to have life throw things at you. You know, you're not gonna always be a super positive person, and that's okay. As long as you're not living in that mindset every day, as long as you do your best to release those things that are negative and do not serve your highest good, you'll be just fine. But to ignore, a lot of spiritual workers that I've come across, they like to just ignore the negative and pretend that it doesn't even exist. And that's just not realistic. Like it isn't. Like we are imperfect humans and we are not perfect. Every life is not perfect. We're not gonna always have happy times in life. And it's important to be able to ground your energy and to maintain that balance so that when life does throw things at you, it doesn't rock you to your core and shake you up so bad that it leads to depression or abusing substances or things like that can be unhealthy for us. So when you're doing this gold mesh shield of protection, you imagine a gold mesh shield around you, okay? And you focus on the gold, keeping the positive in, and the holes within the mesh shield, allowing for negative energy to release from your aura, and also allowing positive energy to come back in and fill up that negative energy's place, okay? What I will do is take at least 5 deep breaths. I like going outside to do this. I don't know why, but just something about the fresh air makes me feel like it just gives it that extra oomph or whatever it needs. So you can go outside. You can do it anywhere, whatever there's no rules as to where you can do this. And you focus on allowing the good energy coming in and the bad energy going out. And you just imagine this gold mesh shield surrounding you and feel that energy releasing and coming back in. Okay. And another meditation that I do is called a mirror meditation. This one can help. This one's helped me a lot. Okay, both of these have actually. With the mirror meditation, you want to envision your aura being surrounded by mirrors, and all these mirrors are facing out so that anybody that comes at you with negative energy only sees their own reflection coming back to them, okay? And you can also do this, basically the same thing. Just imagine any negative energy, any negative words people say, any negative toxic energy that may come at you. Imagine all of that just bouncing right off of your aura. Like, it can't even touch you. It cannot penetrate that aura. It just bounces right off, okay? That is another thing you can do after this gold mesh shield protection to help you deflect people's energy that does not serve your highest good. Keywords for week 2 are healing, inner child, shadow work, and balance. So for week number 3, we have number 5, financial and material changes. This card speaks very highly of anything physical, anything of material substance. So this can represent people, places, things, basically any noun. um, so this can speak of money. This can speak of pretty much anything that is of a physical substance. And being a number 5, 5 speak to me of change. They are always about some type of change. And being a physical card, this is a physical change of some kind. And a 5 also often speaks of loss. This loss would be, it could be someone or something that is a physical substance. It could also be a death of something, such as a death of an old job or old spending habits, something of that nature. This can often speak of a physical loss as well. Some of you may lose someone close to you this week, and I don't want to put that fear out there, but that is something that often comes with this card. So if you do happen to lose someone, I just want to offer my deepest condolences. Please know that their transition over to the other side will be very easy. It will be very smooth. They will be met by people that they have lost loved ones. They will also have angels with them as they transition. But I'm not really getting that very strongly, honestly. I feel more than anything that this is speaking of a different type of loss. If it is speaking of a physical loss or a death in regards to somebody, I really feel that this could be talking about a death to their old self, or old ways, old habits. It could not necessarily like them actually physically dying. This could be a death in some other sense or a loss in some other sense. So please don't focus too much on that, because I really, really am not. I mean, that might be for 1 or 2 people out there that are going to watch this. If that's the case, I am so sorry. But please do your best to remember that our loved ones are they're never truly gone, okay? Their energy is always around us, and they may physically be gone from this world, but their energy is very strong. And if we have a very strong connection, if we have a very strong connection with them in our lifetime, more than not, you will have a strong connection with them when they are in the spirit world, or when you are in the spirit world and they are living. That connection is very strong. So I know this is really difficult, and some of you, some of you may just be going through some grieving during this time, during this 3rd week. So this is just a gentle reminder that your loved one is with you. Your loved one is there. They hear you. They're trying to communicate back. If you're not seeing the signs from them, ask your loved one to show you in another way, okay? You can speak to them. They hear you. So if you're grieving during this 3rd week, please know that your loved one is with you. And I am sending you lots of love and healing if you need it during this third week. So, with that being said, this could also speak of, something that you loved very much that was of physical or material significance. It could be a pet, it could be money that you lost, or, it could even be your favorite hat or your favorite pair of jeans. It's just something that is physical or material, okay? And this card here speaks highly of change, and change is not always a bad thing, okay? So try not to fight it. If you're going through changes during this third week, just try your best to go with the flow, be in the moment, take it day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute, whatever it is that you have to do to try and get through that day, okay? It's okay to feel these feelings that you're going through. It's okay. You're allowed to feel. You're allowed to be upset. You're allowed to be angry. You're allowed to be sad. Okay? Don't let anybody ever make you feel that you're not allowed to have your emotions, that you're not entitled to your feelings. The main message that I am getting with this card, the strongest that is coming through, so I feel that this is the message that needs to go out to the majority of you watching this. Be mindful of your spending, okay? Many of you in the US are getting your stimulus checks, and I feel like Spirit is encouraging you to put away some savings and be mindful of how much you are putting out. I feel there is a really strong need to save and prepare for the unexpected right now. Spirit is really trying to warn you not to waste your money. You may need it later. And I feel like that is the main message here with this card in week 3, okay? So please be mindful of that, because you might kick yourself in the ass later if you spend too much money right now. I'm also feeling this energy like during the time of Mercury retrograde. This can stir up old feelings and nostalgic memories. According to Google, I like to Google things. The pre-shadow period will be in Aquarius on January 14th, and then it goes retrograde on January 30th. Mercury will then go direct around February, or on February 20th, and then there's the post-shadow period, which ends on March 12th. One thing that Mercury will do is stir up old feelings, stuff from the past. We can basically, it's a time of nostalgia. It's also a time that many of us will mourn our loved ones that have passed, and we may go through old photos and watch home movies and relive those memories that make us very emotional. I feel there is a need to allow yourself to feel these emotions. Do not hold back. Be in the moment and feel this energy, okay? It is here to teach you something, so learn from it. Mercury can also make our technology go a little haywire. So if you have an external hard drive or some other source to back up your photos and videos, stuff like that that you find very precious to you, be sure to back that stuff up before Mercury goes retrograde, because sometimes it can have complications with technology, and a lot of times this is when we will lose, we'll lose our pictures, or and they'll just magically delete and we can't find them again. You may also notice that ATMs are down, or cash registers are malfunctioning, or, there's just a lot of interference with technology. It can also delay our travel plans. So if you have a flight, your flight might get delayed, or if you're driving, you might hit an insane traffic and just, it could delay your travel plans. So just be mindful of that if you are traveling. Another thing that can happen during all this Mercury madness, that's what I like to call it, craziness for for some people, and sometimes, sometimes it's all right, sometimes it's a little chaotic, but hey, we roll with it. One thing that it will do is it can cause mechanical issues, so you could have issues with your vehicles. So make sure to check everything out before January 30th, because you could really regret it. Just be careful and make sure you check over your vehicles, make sure they're all good to go and safe and all that good stuff, and you should be good to go. The final message that I have for you: be patient with yourself, be understanding with yourself. Okay, stop being so hard on yourself. Allow yourself to feel. You're allowed to grieve. Okay, you are allowed. If that's what you're going through, you're allowed to grieve. Even if this person is still alive, you're allowed to grieve those losses. Okay, so I feel like this is what the message is here with this week 3 card. The key words and phrases for week 3 are change, mindfulness, embrace your emotions, and prepare. So for week 4, you have the number 1, prosperity begins. I found this so amazing. When I flipped this card over, I was like, shut up. Like, seriously, I cannot make this shit up, okay? I just had to laugh because before I even drew cards for this video, one of my admins in my Facebook group mentioned January being a month of prosperity. In regards to my readings, we were talking about me doing my next video, and she said that my focus should be on prosperity. And then I flipped over this card for you guys. So if that is not some synchronistic shit, I don't know what is, you guys. So please know that, especially for me, when I saw this connection here, this is a great sign. Not only is this a really great card, I get wonderful energy from it, but it gives me this energy that going into the month of February and your last week of January, all this shit that you've been going through over the last few weeks, it's going to start to even out, and it will start to balance, and you'll start feeling a little bit better, okay? You'll start feeling like some of the work that you've been doing is actually paying off. The energy that's coming through with this card very strongly in this reading is this energy that whatever seeds you've been planting, they're going to start, like, they're not only growing, they're actually flowering, they're fruiting. You're actually starting to see the benefits of your work, okay? Whatever it is you have been working hard on, you will start to see this coming through down in the last week of January, okay? You may start seeing money flow in, whatever it is. I keep getting the word fruit, so I feel like you may bear fruit in some way, okay? For some women out there, I'm just getting this message. This may actually be a positive pregnancy test. You may be bearing the fruit of your conception. So that is a message I'm getting, and that may come through in the last week of January for you there. This energy is a very active and passionate card, okay? This is actually representing the Ace of Wands in the original tarot. So this can represent fiery energy for me. Fiery energy is very passionate. It is very fast. It is very quick. It's very rapid. A lot of times, if it's some kind of news of anything, it'll come through really quick. So, like, if you were to take a pregnancy test, just for example, okay, if you're a woman and you take a pregnancy test, you are going to get that positive result, like, bam, is going to come through. Like, it'll be positive real quick. You won't have any question whatsoever that is a positive test, okay? Now, if we are not speaking in physical pregnancy, in terms of a physical pregnancy, This speaks to me of some type of creation, and it speaks of you seeing that growth, whatever this means for you. You're beginning to see growth. Okay, you're beginning to see the fruits of your labor. Your hard work is paying off. This is a really positive energy going into the last week of January. This is amazing. So yes, the main message that I'm getting here is that you'll begin to see payments for your hard work here real soon. I feel that Spirit is trying to let you know that whatever seeds you're planting or that you have planted, they're beginning to bloom, they're growing strong, and they're beginning to fruit. There is a need, like a need to protect the roots. So if you look at this card, the two hands are over the roots as if it's kind of protecting and keeping it nice and warm and like steady, whatever. So I feel like you need to make sure you maintain these seeds, okay? You have to make sure you're watering them, basically, if we're talking in metaphors. Act as if these seeds that you've planted for your life are growing, they're manifesting, and in order for them to grow to fruition and for you to start reaping those benefits, you have to take care of it. You have to maintain the positive, the health, you have to take care of it. You have to fertilize it. You have to water it. You have to make sure it has sun. So protect your seeds. Make sure you are maintaining your seeds. Okay. Spirit is saying, please trust that you are on the right path. You will soon have clarity and the abundance that you so desperately desire for this lifetime, but it's important to practice patience and to also give back to others. Spirit is saying, do good deeds for others, random acts of kindness simply because it's the right thing to do, not because you want to get something out of it. But know that when you do these random acts of kindness and you give back in some way, that this will eventually make its way back to you. But you have to be doing it for the right reasons because you have to honestly just want to help, not do it for some type of gain. There can't be any ulterior motives there. So that seems to be wrapping up the messages that I have for all of you that picked Lapis Lazuli for this reading. I want to remind you the keywords I have for this Prosperity Begins card. There's patience, new beginning, growth, and expansion. All right. So if this reading resonated with you, please, please, please subscribe, comment below. Let me know how it spoke to you. If anything stood out. I would love to hear your feedback on this reading. And, if people like them, I'll keep doing them. And be sure to stay tuned. Keep an eye out for my next reading. It looks like my group members have voted in a love reading, and this is going to be good because I have never used this deck before for anybody else, and it is a little explicit, so fair warning for those who may not like, some of the images that may pop up on these cards. My next reading will be explicit, and I will have a little bit of a warning beforehand, just in case you forget. But yeah, stay tuned. It should be good. This reading is for those who chose the Amazonite stone. The Amazonite represents integrity and speaking your truth with honesty. I drew 2 extra oracle cards for this reading. The first one is there's a deeper meaning for each of your questions. Seek it. The other one is number 38. Honesty is essential. To be a loving person, it is important that we speak truthfully and in a loving manner. So, if you chose the Amazonite stone, these are your 4 cards for the month of January 2021. Each card represents 1 week, and I will go ahead and get started on those for you. For week 1, you have Love Begins. This speaks to me of new love coming in, and I feel some of you may actually find out that you're pregnant this week. There are 2 cards in this deck that represent pregnancy for me, and the first pile got the other card, and you guys got this one. So that could be what this energy is here. It's speaking of a new love. It could be a new baby. Regardless, there are a lot of emotions connected to this card, and it speaks highly of fresh starts, new beginnings, new love, a new emotional connection. Basically, anything new that has some kind of emotional attachment to it. That is what this card is representing for you. I'm feeling a lot of love this week. Just your cup is running over with love. You're filled with love. If it's not love, it's just emotion. A lot of emotion this week. So some of you could very well be emotional and crying a lot in this first week. Spirit is saying to allow yourself to feel these emotions. They are coming up for a reason, and you are meant to face this. I feel you may be running from or hiding from whatever this is that has you so emotional. I feel like you have tried to ignore it, but it just keeps coming back. And I feel that there's something related to your dreams as well. You may have reoccurring dreams about this situation or about this person. I feel there are a lot of thoughts and feelings here. Like you may be thinking of someone from your past that you felt a very deep connection with and reminiscing about how you felt with that person or how they made you feel. There basically there's a lot of emotions here that were buried, and I feel like they were buried for some time, and for whatever reason this is starting to resurface now, and it could have kind of came out of nowhere, so you may just, it could be just very emotional for you because of that. So Spirit is stressing to allow yourself to feel it. Admit how you feel. Acknowledge these feelings, because that is the only way that you're going to be able to find peace. By suppressing it, it just gets buried deeper and deeper, and it sits there, and it festers until something comes along that triggers it again, and there it is again. So by allowing yourself to feel these emotions, you'll be able to release it over time. It will stop coming up as much. When it does come up, it won't impact you as much. So just be mindful of that. Know that, this is for your healing. This is serving a purpose. I keep looking at these 2 trees here in this card, and if you look at the card, they're both on either side of the water. I keep feeling that there might be someone at a distance, possibly across water, so you may have to cross like some kind of water to get to wherever they are, is what I'm hearing. But it's like you are both reaching out and pouring your emotions into the stream from a distance. I get a very spiritual connection here. I don't usually get that with this suit, but I feel a strong soul connection, and I feel that you may be working together to evolve as humans and as souls, but you're doing so like on your own from a distance or at a distance. Spirit is saying that this is because you are not yet meant to be together. I feel that there's a lot of work to do, like on a personal level, a lot of shadow work, especially inner child healing, that needs work. It that stuff needs to be healed before you will be able to come together. If this is some kind of love relationship, then I feel this is speaking about working through your own personal issues so that you can be a healthy partner for whoever this is that you're manifesting in for your future. This is a very interesting message here with this card. I just make sure you stay grounded. Get out in nature if you can, get some fresh air. This will help you clear your mind and allow yourself to free these feelings here. That's what I'm seeing is basically release these emotions, okay? That is the bottom line here with this card. Allow yourself to embrace these emotions and release them so that you can heal. So for week number 2, you have number 14, Patience. This is a major arcana card, and this card speaks of energy of which we have no control over. So this is those things that are basically in our soul contract, our life purpose. They're divinely guided situations, thoughts, whatever it may be. It's divinely and spiritually universal guidance or energy, okay? So with it being in number 14, this speaks to me of change because 1 and 4 adds up to 5. Fives for me speak of change. So with this being a major arcana card, this is talking about divine change, life-changing events, life-changing energy. I feel more specifically, this is speaking of growth, spiritual change, shifting to a new perspective and seeing things differently this week. I feel that you have been planting seeds and the divine has been working with you to make these seeds grow healthy and strong to bring in that abundant energy. Now, if you look here in the card at the very top, or if you look around the head of this person in the card, um, this little glow, I want to say, there's like a circle, a half circle around this person from around their cheekbone right there. Um, this for me speaks of divine energy. I feel like this is talking mostly about crown chakra energy, but it also gets some third eye energy here. But I feel like this is something that you've manifested, this seed, whatever this is something that you wanted. This is something that you desired. This is something that you've been praying for. This is something you have um, been trying to bring into your life, and it is finally here. Okay, that is what this energy here for this week is telling me. Your seeds have grown. They've grown. They are not only sprouting, but they are growing up so high. They're about to reach the universe. Like it's a beautiful energy. Like this is amazing energy, significant energy. Whatever this is very big. Like um, this is very big. That's basically all I say. Like it is a major change in your life, a major turning point in your life. Okay. If you have been using positive affirmations and trying to manifest, um, trying to create the life that you desire, this card is telling me that you will start to see some significant changes regarding these manifestations very soon. I feel this energy may still be in the works, like behind the scenes, but these seeds are growing. Like they are growing so big, you have no idea. You cannot even imagine the scale of which these are growing. Amazing, amazing energy. If you have been manifesting financial abundance or anything that is of a physical form, I feel this is the week that it happens for you. You may not see it in the physical for at least a couple weeks, but I feel there's something big happening in this second week, and it is something that you had a hand in, something you seeded yourself and took care of as it began to grow. And I feel that some of you, this is something for some of you. This is something that you've really wanted for, I mean, many years, many years. I feel like more than 5 years, maybe more than a decade. Like this is something that you have wanted for a very long time, and you have been working so hard and praying so hard. And I feel like there's been times where you just didn't think it was going to happen, and you started to give up, and then something within you just decided to keep going and not lose hope yet. And guess what? It's here. It's happening this month. It is totally happening. I feel like for some of you, this is like you're literally asking for a miracle. And this is what Spirit's telling me. You're literally asking for a miracle. And just when you finally accepted that you may not have that opportunity, something inside you just kept telling you to stay faithful, have hope, until there's no reason to have hope. Like, until you have absolutely lost all chances of any little tiny bit of hope you could have. Um, that's when this starts coming to you. This is, try not to focus so much on the outcome and focus more on the current energy that you are in each and every day. Focus on what you can control, which is yourself and your own words and your own behaviors. Be mindful of your own choices, but release the need to control situations that are, I mean, these are all part of the divine plan. You can't control it. There, you can try, you can worry, but when it comes down to it, you can't change these things. These are divine things that are already set in motion. So just be aware of that and trust that what is meant to you will find its way. That you are an amazing manifester and your ability to create is absolutely phenomenal. So please do not give up hope. Trust that your cries for help are being heard and your spiritual team is working hard to make this happen. But it's all going to be happening in divine time, okay? So that is what I have for you for week 2. Your final keywords and phrases for this week are cycles, abundance, fresh energy, and emotions. This reading is for those who chose the Amazonite stone. The Amazonite represents integrity and speaking your truth with honesty. I drew 2 extra oracle cards for this reading. The first one is there's a deeper meaning for each of your questions. Seek it. The other one is number 38, honesty is essential. To be a loving person, it is important that we speak truthfully and in a loving manner. So, if you chose the Amazonite stone, these are your 4 cards for the month of January 2021. Each card represents 1 week, and I will go ahead and get started on those for you. For week 1, you have Love Begins. This speaks to me of new love coming in, and I feel some of you may actually find out that you're pregnant this week. There are 2 cards in this deck that represent pregnancy for me, and the first pile got the other card, and you guys got this one. So that could be what this energy is here. Is speaking of a new love, it could be a new baby. Regardless, there are a lot of emotions connected to this card, and it speaks highly of fresh starts, new beginnings, new love, a new emotional connection. Basically, anything new that has some kind of emotional attachment to it. That is what this card is representing for you. I'm feeling a lot of love this week. Just your cup is running over with love. You're filled with love. If it's not love, it's just emotion. A lot of emotion this week. So some of you could very well be emotional and crying a lot in this first week. Spirit is saying to allow yourself to feel these emotions. They are coming up for a reason, and you are meant to face this. I feel you may be running from or hiding from whatever this is that has you so emotional. I feel like you have tried to ignore it, but it just keeps coming back. And I feel that there's something related to your dreams as well. You may have reoccurring dreams about this situation or about this person. I feel there are a lot of thoughts and feelings here. Like you may be thinking of someone from your past that you felt a very deep connection with and reminiscing about how you felt with that person or how they made you feel. They're basically, there's a lot of emotions here that were buried, and I feel like they were buried for some time, and for whatever reason this is starting to resurface now, and it could have kind of came out of nowhere, so you may just, it could be just very emotional for you because of that. So Spirit is stressing to allow yourself to feel it. Admit how you feel. Acknowledge these feelings, because that is the only way that you are going to be able to find peace. By suppressing it, it just gets buried deeper and deeper, and it sits there, and it festers until something comes along that triggers it again, and there it is again. So by allowing yourself to feel these emotions, you'll be able to release it over time. It will stop coming up as much. When it does come up, it won't impact you as much. So just be mindful of that. Know that, this is for your healing. This is serving a purpose. I keep looking at these two trees here in this card, and if you look at the card, they're both on either side of the water. I keep feeling that there might be someone at a distance, possibly across water, so you may have to cross like some kind of water to get to wherever they are, is what I'm hearing. But it's like you are both reaching out and pouring your emotions into this stream from a distance. I get a very spiritual connection here. I don't usually get that with this suit, but I feel a strong soul connection, and I feel that you may be working together to evolve as humans and as souls, but you're doing so like on your own from a distance or at a distance. Spirit is saying that this is because you are not yet meant to be together. I feel that there's a lot of work to do, like on a personal level, a lot of shadow work, especially inner child healing, that needs work. It that stuff needs to be healed before you will be able to come together. If this is some kind of love relationship, then I feel this is speaking about working through your own personal issues so that you can be a healthy partner for whoever this is that you're manifesting in for your future. This is a very interesting message here with this card. I just make sure you stay grounded. Get out in nature if you can. Get some fresh air. This will help you clear your mind and allow yourself to free these feelings here. That's what I'm seeing, is basically release these emotions. Okay, that is the bottom line here with this card. Allow yourself to embrace these emotions and release them so that you can heal. Your keywords and phrases for week 2 are manifestations, financial abundance, growth, and be mindful. And you just have to trust that if you are meant to do this work, that it will all come to you in divine time. Okay? So I apologize for getting a little off track there. I try not to do too much story time during my readings. But I feel like a lot of people can learn from others' experiences and grow from that. And so I want to help people. I don't want you all to have to go through what I did, because it was not fun. It was not fun for me. It was not fun for my family. It's just not fun. So with that being said, I really just want to stress how much Spirit is saying to focus on healing, balancing, and strengthening that root chakra, okay? That is the main thing that I would like you to take from this reading. Strengthen that root chakra, all right? But Spirit is saying that you have to be open to learning, and you have to be able to take corrective criticism from others. Spirit is working through people, okay? Not just spiritual workers out there. Spirit's working through your family members, your friends, through your TV, through your radio, through the social media, through your children. Your children. Seriously, if you guys want to know some shit, Go sit down and talk with some kids, all right? These kids will tell you. They will tell you like it is. A lot of people think that children are dumb because they can't speak, or they don't know what's going on because they're too little. I hear it all the time. I hear it all the time. People discrediting the children in this world. And if you actually have worked with children like I have, you understand that these are beautiful little blessings that we have been blessed with. These are little lights that have come into this world to help us, to try and shine light. And many people don't listen to their kids, okay? They don't. They just, it's sad, but they don't. And listen to your kids, you guys. If you want to know anything, go talk to them and you will hear, they will give you messages from spirit. You can count on that, okay? Children are one of the closest things that we have to the answers from the other side. I feel that those that have had near-death experiences are another way that we get a glimpse. You know, there's a lot of things we're not supposed to know in this lifetime, but I feel like those are the two things in this world that we can use as windows, but it has to happen unexpectedly, like within divine time. You can't sit your kid down and just pester them with a bunch of questions and, hope that spirit's just going to come through right there. It doesn't work like that. What I'm saying is try and be more mindful of the times that your children come to you and want to tell you something. Okay, that's all I'm telling you. This is something that I'm personally working on. I feel it's like something I have to work on really hard, but um, children are the most wonderful messengers that we can ever have. What Spirit's saying is that you are asking for guidance. You keep asking for guidance, but when they give it to you, you just deny it. You toss it aside. You don't put it into action. Okay, I feel like a lot of you might be what I call an asshole. I think I saw this on a meme somewhere and it just stuck. So I didn't actually come up with this, okay? But an asshole is someone who likes to ask for advice but never actually follows that advice that they're asking for. And I'm not here to sugarcoat shit for you, okay? That's not what I'm here for. I am here to give you messages, to deliver messages from Spirit. And Spirit is very direct and very honest about the messages that come through. And so, if that was some harsh truth and you don't like what I had to say, I'm sorry, but that is what is coming through. You are literally not listening. You're not listening to Spirit and you're not listening to yourself. You're not listening to, the guidance out there that you're asking for. For some of you out there, you may get a lot of readings and multiple readers have told you the same things and you just choose to ignore it because it isn't always what you want to hear or because you don't want to do the work it takes. And that's just the straight up truth right there. I talk a lot about alternative ways to meditate, but these are not easy way out. See, these are not ways to cut corners. You still have to do the work. You still have to set the intentions, okay? And I feel that, a lot of you just you you want to manifest and just sit there and wait for it to happen. And that's not how it works, okay? That's just not how it works. You have to do the work. You have to hustle, okay? And if you're called to do something in this life for the highest good of all, you have to be able to learn and listen without judgment. And I'm talking about really listening. Okay, I feel many of you just let things go in one ear and out the other and may not actually be less listening to the guidance that is given to you. There is only so much a reader and a mentor can do to help you. They offer you these tools, but ultimately it is up to you to decide if you will put these tools to good use. I feel especially that there are some books that Spirit is trying to lead you to that I feel will be very helpful on your journey. And even if you don't like to read, maybe consider trying it, okay? You might just find that you really find this book interesting and, find something about yourself in there that is very helpful. I really feel that this is a time for you to learn, to soak in as much information as you can, especially during this third week here. It's like, take notes, okay? Really learn, really listen. I feel like a lot of things are going to be coming in during this third week that are going to be very helpful for you on your journey. And it is up to you to use those tools, okay? They're being handed to you, but it's up to you to actually put them to use and to do the work that it takes in order to gain that clarity, in order to, I feel like many of you are wanting this life, but you have to work for it too. Spirit isn't just going to hand it to you. They will help you. They will put things in your path so that, if you want a better job, they may put something in your path that provides you a better payment, better salary, or, if you need a house, they might put something in your path that, here's a perfect house for you because you're actively out there looking and searching. You're not just sitting around going, oh, I hope a house will show up in my lap. That's not how it works. So I feel with this tower behind this woman's card, this speaks of having a strong foundation. Building that strong foundation, if you haven't already done so, and maintaining it and ensure that it stands for a lifetime. I feel there's still so much for you to learn and to do when it comes to your spiritual work and your involvement as a soul. And you just have to be willing to open up and take that guidance that's being given to you. And with this being a number 9 and a major arcana card, I feel that you are reaching the end of a cycle. So you're almost at the end of the cycle. The 9 is like right before, like you're reaching the end. You're not quite at the end, but you are reaching that end. So that energies go in, and soon you'll be at the 10 and those cycles will end. But you have to do this work here that they're telling you to do. I feel like a lot of you are on these cycles that are starting to come to an end. You're nearing the end of something, whether it's, I feel like, there's some end to old ways in some kind, like in some sense. Like, if you notice in the background here, there are Rocky Mountains, and then you see that tower just standing tall right behind her. Okay, as she's learning, I feel like as she's reading, as she's looking down at this book, this tower behind her is just growing. It's growing very strong, and there's all this mountain behind her. And if you look at the mountains, they're very rocky, and like the peaks are very sharp. And I feel like that represents some of the bumps and things that we have to overcome. You literally have to crawl over some of these little mountains, okay? And there's like little teeny peaks, there's bigger ones, some are steep, some are not as steep, and you just have to have that strong foundation so that you can get over those hills, those mountains in your life, and keep that foundation strong, stay balanced. So, I mean, a lot of people think that, oh, once I, build this foundation, it's all done. I'm not gonna. No, that's not how it works. Like, we are constantly having to maintain this. Like, even now, I'm, going on my 6th year. Um, I'm still doing deep work. Like, it never ends. But you get to a point where life starts throwing these things at you and you're able to handle it with ease. So my final message to you is, it's okay to disconnect from things for a while and go within and seek that solitude to gain that clarity that you need from your higher self and from your spiritual team. And the key words that I'm going to leave you with week 3 are: build a strong foundation, learn, listen, and connect. All right, so for those who chose the Amazonite stone, here is your card for week 3. You have Solitude. This is number 9 and also a major arcana card. For week 3, I feel this will be a week of introspection, going within, connecting with your higher self, connecting with your guides, your angels, and also connecting with the universal consciousness. I feel that right now, especially with everything going on, a lot of us are feeling the energy of the world, the energy of our country, even our state, and this can be very, very difficult for a lot of us that are sensitive to manage. So be mindful of, this energy to take the time for yourself, okay? And understand that it's not always your energy that you're feeling. Sometimes we pick up on the collective energy of humankind as a whole, okay? So if there's natural disasters going on, if there's riots and shit like that, which is causing a lot of chaos and stirring up a lot of emotions, then we as sensitives will pick up on that energy. And a lot of times we internalize it as our own. We think it's our own energy. We'll be sad, we'll feel depressed, we'll be anxious, and we don't realize that we are picking up on that collective energy. So I feel like Spirit is telling you to really put some effort into meditation, okay? If you're having a hard time with meditation, seriously, there are so many ways that you can do this, and totally book a private session if you need to. I can help you with that too. But it's really important that you focus on your root chakra and getting that nice and strong, okay? Because what I'm feeling is that with this third eye energy I'm picking up here, I feel that like some of you out there may have opened your third eye, and I feel like this is causing like some kind of imbalance in your lower chakras, and they may be a little out of whack. So Spirit is telling me that it's really important that you focus on healing, balancing, and strengthening your root chakra. If you have not already been doing so, you need to really, like, I'm encouraging you, Spirit's encouraging you, please focus on strengthening your root chakra. Once you build that strong foundation in your root chakra, oh my gosh, you can build on that. But you have to lay that foundation. You have to lay that foundation before you can build. Okay, if we're talking about a house, they don't build a house without a foundation, right? So in order for that foundation to be strong and that house to stay up and withstand all these natural disasters and things like that, they have to have a strong foundation. Okay, I keep thinking of that Three Little Pigs story from, I don't know if everybody has heard this story, but think of that. Okay, think of the Three Little Pigs and the homes that they built, okay? Think of what kind of foundation you want to build. Is yours going to be built out of straw? Is it going to be built out of wood? Or is it going to be built out of brick, okay? That is what you need to ask yourself. The thing is, though, in order to build that foundation, you have to adapt and overcome. You have to be willing to learn. You have to really listen, okay? You need to be able to hear the messages that Spirit is coming through with, okay? Because I feel like many of you out there are asking for all this, you want signs, you want answers, you want clarity, and Spirit's trying to tell you, okay, this is how you can do that, and they're leading you to people that can help you, that are offering advice, or they're leading you to readings like mine, whatever it may be. Spirit is trying to tell you these things, and I feel like you are not listening, okay? You're not listening, and your spirit guides are getting frustrated. So I'm here to tell you, stop. You need to listen, okay? Your spirit guides are stressing to me that they are really trying, like, they are really trying to help you, but you have to be open to that. And part of that help, part of that is inner child healing, shadow work. That is how we heal. That is how we start building those bricks and laying that foundation for a strong, firm, steady tower, okay? I really, really feel that this is important, okay? And many of you might be wanting to dive into those, whatever it is I feel like when it comes to some of you that may be watching this, you may be getting curious about certain things like cards or any kind of divination tools, basically. Please be very careful, okay? Please, please, please be very careful about what you open up, okay? If you are not doing that groundwork in your lower three chakras and you open up that third eye, oh fuck, like you could be in trouble, okay? This is where I really feel strongly. This is where people manifest negative energies, okay? Because is through opening up their higher chakras before their lower chakras are ready, so a lot of those stories you hear about negative energies and demons and shit like that, a lot of times it's because those people opened up a door that they should not have opened. And I personally believe that fear is the sole cause of that. Opening up those higher chakras creates a lot of fear and paranoia and just, oh my gosh. So that's why I'm telling you guys this, okay? Because, I've been there. I don't want you to have to go through that. For those who chose the Amazonite stone, this is your final card for the month of January 2021. When I look at this card, I feel so excited and happy. Like, oh, I love this card. This is also a 9. So you have 2 9 cards back to back, and this again speaks of cycles coming to an end. You're reaching the end of something and will begin fresh new cycles in your life. I get a very out with the old, in with the new type of energy here. I notice the waterfalls pouring over into the pool below and feel this is a lot of positive energy coming in during this fourth week. I notice he is standing firm, holding his scrolls, but also taking time to smell the flowers. I feel this is telling you to literally take time to smell the roses. You are rushing through too many things at once, and you are not enjoying the smaller, finer things in life. It's understandable that you want to work hard and have a secure financial future, but what good is a future if you can't enjoy life right now? Will you ever feel that you have enough? Will you always feel there's a lack? Or will you finally see that when you need things the most, such as money, the treasure chest, which is for me is telling me this is financial energy here. So you may be getting a good flow of income coming in this week. And I feel this is part of the benefits from the seeds that you've planted that we spoke of in week 2. You will now start to see the benefits of your hard work paying off. I feel these seeds are growing strong and healthy, and they are now fruiting. And what I feel that they are fruiting for you is some financial security and financial abundance. Now, another message that I'm getting here, this is an emotional card in this deck, and with all this rushing water here in the card, I feel that these are strong emotions tied to this week. So in this fourth week here, um, you might be feeling emotions very strongly, okay? And keep in mind that Mercury will be retrograde on January 30th, and we also have the full moon on the 28th of January. So there's going to be a lot of intense energy going on, all right? Still learning about astrology, but I do know that Mercury tends to stir up old feelings. You tend to think of memories and people from your past. Your technology can start to go haywire. Vehicles tend to have mechanical issues during this time as well. So just keep this in mind. If the energy at the end of the month gets a little overwhelming, which it can and probably will, but you have to have your feet planted firmly on the ground. And I feel as long as you take time to go within and stop to smell the roses and, keep your energy nice and grounded, balanced, you will handle it all just fine. Just give yourself more credit. You are an amazing soul. One last thing that is coming through here was whatever you have started or began here in the first week of January, I feel this stream has turned into a steady flowing waterfall. And this is speaking to me about emotional abundance or just abundance in general. I feel you may have a steady flow of income starting to come in here in the last week here from the things you started in the first week. Whatever it is that began in that first week, it is now starting to flow steadily and providing you the utmost abundance, and will provide this as you continue to do the work you need to do and keep this steady flow of abundant energy coming through for you. The key words and phrases I'm going to leave you with for this fourth week of January are cycles, abundance, fresh energy, and emotions. So this will wrap up the reading for those of you who chose the Amazonite stone. If this reading resonated with you and you enjoyed it, please be sure to like and subscribe. Comment below. Let me know how this may have resonated with you. I'd love to hear the feedback. All my love to everybody. Be sure to check out the links below if you want to schedule a private session.